if you've ones of these. Popper is a great frog. Another frog. What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Today we've got another edition of the beginner box. This is that, probably upside down. This is that beginner mystery tackle box deal. This is the Topwater box. I've already done a couple. I've got the winners picked for those. You already know who you are. Those will be getting out soon. I apologize. I've been busy with work and kids and my schedule's been nuts. So have patience with me. I still work a full 8, 9, 10 hour job. So this stuff is kind of my release. Coming down here, making videos, talking with all you guys. I love it. So today we're going to take a look at what's in here, see what they put in this box as far as Topwater goes. Going to kind of give my thoughts on it and then tell you what I would add that I think a beginner could really use to help them out. So enough talking, let's take a look and see what they put in here. Okay, well, first thing, you can see there, nice, I like that. Stubby, what are you doing down there? Are you wanting to get in on this unboxing? Stubby, I'm trying to film a video. These nice people want to see a video. I know, you just want petted. I'm sorry. Go lay down. Okay, before I was interrupted, he's a very loving boy. He always wants to be petted. So, first thing I see in there is a frog. Now, I'm not mad that it's a frog. It's a Guggen deal. I think they have like a deal with Mystery Tackle Box. They sponsor them or vice versa. This is actually sealed. I'm not going to take it out since I am, did I mention that? I am giving this box to one of you, a beginner out there that could use the gear. But won't take this out. The Guggen frog, you can see, I did throw one. I thought the body was a little bit hard. I like a little bit softer bodied frog. Randizzle actually threw it and he liked it. He likes a body that's just a little bit stiffer. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. I mean, it's a pretty good looking frog. It's kind of got a white belly. I think they call this one green pumpkin. I was surprised it didn't have like a green pumpkin belly, but a white belly frog, that's all right. I forgot to tell you, they do have the booklet in here that talks about all this stuff, all the lures and where to fish and stuff. So that's pretty cool for a beginner. Next up, we have this. This is the Cotton Cordell the boy howdy. Now this is kind of like a Smithwick devil horse. It's got two props, one on the front and one on the back. And you kind of rip this up along the top, so it'll give like a, and you're doing that over, grass lines, submerged cover. It's honestly a topwater that I really haven't put a bunch of time in with. There's a different topwater lure that's got a propeller that I actually prefer, but that's that guy right there. They call it Smoky Joe. It's a great color. It's got the white belly with kind of the blackish gray back. Kind of your normal shad look. So I like it. Honestly, I haven't put a bunch of time in with it. It does have those kind of cheap bronze hooks. So anytime I throw one of the Cotton Cordell lures, I do always change the hooks out. So there we go. They put that in. Next up from Castaic, they call it the Cowboy Topwater. Now it's kind of got that, upward curve with that kind of upward chin, kind of like the Lucky Craft Sammy. I think I've still got a couple of those. I haven't been able to find them, but I had a couple of those. They're great walking baits. The top kind of sets up, so when you walk, it kind of does this motion, whatever that is, I don't know, but that's kind of what it does. This has kind of a pearl white belly, goes up into a chrome, into a pink, and then a gold back, and then black on top. So it's kind of a cool color, a little bit different color combination, but I think that should work well on sunny days. It's going to give a nice reflective flash off the bottom. So I dig that little topwater. Next up, I'm not mad about this at all. They threw in another frog. This actually is one of my favorite frog colors. This is Old Smoky. So it's almost like a see-through grayish with like black flakes in it. Like if you hold this up to the light, you can see through it, but it's got black flakes in it. As far as like a regular Booyah Pad Crasher, that's honestly one of my top 3 favorite colors that they make. It's very subtle, good for a little bit cleaner water because it's given that outline, but you can almost see, completely see through it. So just kind of a weird, unique color. But the Toad Runner, I actually prefer the Teckle Sprinkler over the Toad Runner. I felt like I had just a little bit better hookup ratio. However, the Toad Runner, it plops really well. I feel like the hook shanks are just a little bit short. You can see there compared to my finger. That is one thing about Booyah. I'll show you here in a second. One thing about their frogs that I don't like. Now, the Pad Crasher is truly one of the frogs, probably the frog that's caught the most fish for me just because I threw it for so long. A Pad Crasher is like $4 or $5. So great for a beginner to get started on. You don't have to worry if they get tore up by a pike or if you get it caught in a tree and lose it. The Booyah Pad Crasher. Now this is the Toad Runner, so you can see it's got a tail back here. So with this guy, all you do is cast it out and reel it in. It's like a floating weedless version of a Whopper Popper. Again, it's a frog version. So up here, the pike absolutely destroy these. But I've caught plenty of bass on them on this one. So it's a pretty good lure. I think for a beginner, it is a great way to get started. Try to figure those topwater frogs out. I like it, and the color's awesome. Next up, we have a popper. Now, a popper is arguably one of the best topwaters for a beginner. I mean, you're literally throwing it out and just popping at little bloops. You can kind of walk it back and forth like a walking bait and bloop it, but well, actually that's funny. This one they call the blooper, another Guggen deal. You notice this, it's a white bone color, and that is truly one of the best colors for a topwater popper. Otherwise, like a chrome. If you have a chrome and a white, like you can do anything with those. So I do like the poppers. It looks to have a really good cupped mouth. It's kind of hard to see there. Again, I didn't want to take it out since these are sealed up and they are going to someone, but does have a good cupped mouth. Poppers are great around cover, so if you have like a big log, bring it by that log real slow because you can bloop it and barely take that bait forward at all. You know, so it's not like some walking baits where they kind of move forward really fast. Like you can plop that and leave it in that strike zone and annoy that fish right there, bloop, 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 and have it only move, you know, a couple inches. So great for a beginner. I like that. That little popper looks like it should work well. Last thing they put in the box, which is actually pretty darn sweet. I've used these for a long time. Absolutely love them. I think these alone are like 11, 10 bucks, something like that. So that's the Boomerang Tool. It's got a little clip here. This is on a retractable lanyard thing. Clip that on your belt loop, and whenever you go to retie or need to snip your line, it's got snippers here. Super sharp, it cuts braid really well, and it's just a little, you know, scissor deal on the front of it. So I absolutely love these. I've got a couple pair. Clip it on your belt loop, and you've always got a line cutter right there for you. So that's pretty cool that they threw that in there as well. So honestly, the box, off the bat isn't bad. They didn't do bad on this one. Not like the soft plastic box that I thought they kind of bombed on it. They did pretty bad on that one, but this one, you get some pretty sweet stuff. Now, as always, I can't just leave it with what's in the box and send it to you. What would old Debo throw in there? Okay, first off, let's talk about a couple other frogs. Number one, I'm gonna give somebody this Scum Launch Frog. Now, these are new this year. It's actually cool because it's not like a paint, it's almost like an ink that they put on there. It's a very unique, different design. Now you can see with the hooks on these, they already turned up. They're red right there, so they're already pointed up. That's one thing you can do with your frogs is if you've got one like this, for example, the Booyah Pad Crasher, where those hooks sit straight on the back. You can see that? You have to push that down to actually get the hooks to come up. If you're missing fish, one thing you can do is take those hooks and bend them up just a little bit so they stick up above the back, but keep in mind that they're not going to be as weedless. So if you get it over a log or something, it could turn over and get stuck. But these already come that way. They had a good hookup ratio. I used the black one this year a ton and had really good luck with it in a little bit more open water or along edges and stuff. When you get it up in the reeds or up in some sticks, those hooks do tend to catch just a little bit. So be wary of that. But otherwise, if you're using this mainly for open water, great frog. Now with this, you'll notice the Scum Frogs, they have a big hole back here and a weight. I remember when I got them, I thought, what the hell are they doing? This thing's gonna sink, right? It doesn't. It sits head up like this in the water with that weight, and it's a really good kind of chugging frog. So the head will go. Some people like to make it look like that, like a frog swimming. This frog does it really well. If you make sure you put it on enough slack line, you have to give it a decent amount of slack line, and it does walk. So overall, it's a solid frog. I know these are really popular right now, so I figured I would throw one of those in for a beginner. Great frog to help get you started. And as I was talking about, a Booyah Pad Crasher, arguably one of the best frogs for a beginner. They're cheap, you don't have to worry about losing them, and they work. They honestly always do come with good sharp hooks. This is one out of the box, or out of the package. I didn't have any in packages, so hopefully that's okay for you out there. I don't think I even threw this one. I don't see any sort of marks or anything on it, so I think this is brand new. I did just trim the legs. For a frog, usually I will always trim the legs to be even with the body, or, you know, about like 1.5 inches, 2 inches is about where I go to. So this is already trimmed for you. I left the hooks. They are weedless, so if you need to, you could turn those up. But a poppin' frog is great. It gives that little chug, that little sploose of commotion. And I think that really does attract fish. So a poppin' Pad Crasher, great addition. A must-have for any beginner, so I'll throw one of those in. Now, as I was talking about earlier, some walking baits, I was looking through, I didn't have any extras in packages. I wish I would have saved some, but I wanted to have like a white or bone color, and I did find this one. I had multiple ones of these. They were out of the box, but this one has never been thrown, so this is the Yo-Zuri 3DB. It's a pencil bait. These walk really easy. This kind of sounds like the one knocker. It's got one hard knocker in there. It's got a good profile to it. Like I said, it walks great. And it's that, you know, white bait fish profile. When fish are chasing bait fish, just a plain white, or if you've got some sun, the water's a little bit cleaner, some sort of chrome pattern is great. I mean, that walking action really does just target fish over other topwater baits. I mean, I've thrown poppers and Whopper Poppers the same time as I've been throwing a walking bait, and fish will key in on that walking bait, and that's all they want. So Put one of those in there. I figured you need to have a solid white bonish color. Everybody needs one of those in their arsenal. And last up, I couldn't talk about a topwater deal without a Whopper Popper. Now these are, all the talk. I'm sure if you've watched topwater or watched fishing, you've heard of them. This was the least busted up, gross looking one that I had. This is a size 90, so this is the smallest size. Well, I should say the smallest skinny size they make. They make the 75, but it's got a much bigger tail on it. So I picked this color out because it's got that white belly. This is actually a perch pattern, really cool pattern. It's got the little orange fins there, perch pattern up top, but on the bottom, it still looks like, just a pearl white Whopper Popper. Great for beginners because you don't have to worry about learning how to walk a bait, how to, pop a popper. It's literally just cast this baby out and reel it in next to stuff. I thought this smaller size would work better for a beginner. You don't have to have a larger rod. Maybe you've only got a spinning rod, a medium spinning rod. You can still throw this baby on there, no problem at all. My old lady's home, you might hear her up there talking. But anyway, Whopper Popper, great for beginners. Cast it out, reel it in, and just play with the speed. That's usually what I'm doing when I'm working a Whopper Popper. Sometimes I'm gonna work it a little bit quicker if I think the fish are more active. Otherwise, I'm just gonna slow it at reel it at a nice, slow, steady pace where you hear that pop, 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 that loud pop. That's it. That's all you have to do with the Whopper Popper. And for the longest time, I didn't buy into them. I thought these things are silly, they don't work, and man, was I ever wrong. So also throwing one of those in, so that's gonna complete the box. Now, like I said, this is going out to one of you beginners out there. So comment below and let me know if you like topwater fishing and you're a beginner. That's all you have to do. Comment below and I'm gonna pick a random winner. Now make sure you stay tuned. I think I've got 2 more of these boxes that'll be coming soon, a crankbait, and I think the last one was terminal tackle. So those are gonna be going away to somebody else as well. I wanna try to help you guys out. Like I've said, I'm creeping up on 100,000 subscribers. Absolutely blows my mind. No clue how we got here, but it's because of you folks. You guys all watching and gals, supporting me, watching my videos, it means a ton. So this is honestly the least I can do to give back. Now tonight's subscribe fishing friend is Cato Hostilius. I actually just saw your comment pop up, that's why I picked you. You've been around the channel a long time, so I thank you so much for the support. And again, thank you everybody else. I wouldn't be here without all of you. So thank you for the support. More giveaways coming, more lives coming, and keep in mind whenever I do a live, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway just so I can give back to all of you. But that's it for me for today. I gotta get this edited and up so you can see it tomorrow. So thank you all so very much for watching, and until next time.